I've always liked the buzzard car in the Mad Max Fury Road film, and scratch builders have used cocktail sticks, styrene or sprues to make the spikes. That's okay if you're on a small little Hot Wheel car, but this car is slightly bigger than a Hot Wheel. But I think I've found the perfect spike, and you'll never guess what I use for the spikes. My name is Aaron, and you're watching Terrain by Aaron. Finally cracking the car apart, I get rid of all the circuit board, carefully, because that could be useful in a future project. I'll glue bits back so they don't move about, and then reattach both bits back together before I mysteriously lose something important. Well, that's a first. I've not had to crawl on my hands and knees looking for a piece of car. 2mm styrene is called into action to make some mudguards for the back of the vehicle. I'm not going to do anything fancy with this, just need some extra width for bulkage. I just carefully bend the styrene into a curve with my monkey hands. For that added effect, I'll press some rivets into it using a drill bit. Then that gets glued into place using some super glue activator just to speed up the process. And there we have 2 mudguards for the car, and that's basically all I'm going to add, well, apart from the other bits, but not going to do anything else apart from the windshield. I'm going to use some thin styrene rod just as bars for the windscreen. But before I put them into place, some screen mesh is needed to cover the windscreen. And yes, I had to buy a new pack of this stuff, as the hole I was cutting out of our screen on the back door is large enough to let a stray elephant in now. Plus, I think the other half is starting to get suspicious of the hole. Gluing the screen into place, I give it a spritz of activator before putting the rest of the bars onto the windscreen. And that's it for the basic bit of the vehicle. Onto the shooters. My Warhammer Sentinel has kindly donated parts for this build. I got this on offer, by the way, and I wished I'd bought 2 at the time, as it's gone back up in price, and I don't fancy donating a body part and cash to buy another one. Why is Warhammer so expensive? Leave a comment below. Just putting the last shooter into place, and I think it's ready for spikes. But before we get to that, if you're leaving a comment, incorporate this code word into your message. It helps me to see if you're a watcher or a skipper. Also, if you haven't, drop a like and subscribe. It's free to you, but helps my channel out. And the code word is Spike Magoo. So for this car spike, it has to be these. That's a rubber ball that when you bounce it flashes. Yeah, lovely. And this is a head massager. Now, work with me people, because, and I did research on this, these spikes are rubber. Now, if I just snip them off, they should stick onto the car. I know, genius. Now, I'm hoping this bloody thing comes off. If not, oh yeah, there we go. So yeah, okay, so I've just snipped these off. Here we go, let's try. And there we have a perfect spike. Okay, only what, 8 or 9 more to do. Well, it didn't take long for the big spikes, so now I'm going to do the bouncy ball spikes, which are smaller. Okay, I think I've got enough spikes, so here goes nothing. Because the spikes are made of rubber, it makes sense that it's going to stick, and yes it does. Just use a little bit more spray just to make sure it's going to stick, and there we go, first spike. Only 20 or 30 more to go. So I quickly realised the spikes that I'd cut off, I'm going to need more. So it's back to cutting. I think I'll do a quick montage of this because it's just me sticking on spikes really. I had a quick look in the other half's cupboard, and this is something that she doesn't have, so I'm going to have to use the last 2 spikes and hope to God that that's all I'm going to need for the big spikes. Hopefully the bouncy ball will have enough spikes on it for this. I didn't know this vehicle needed this many spikes. Before sheer panic set in, I finally finished the spikes and all the car is covered, thankfully. I was thinking this bit was bare and needed spikes, but then I thought, stuff it, I've done with the spikes. Let's move on to the spinny table. Bloody hell, I almost forgot the most important bit, which was the wheels. More spikes! At last, we're on the spinny table, and that is the car with all the spikes added. So I'm going to take it outside and spray it black. Did you like that transition from that shot to this shot? Oh, underappreciated. Anyway, it's sprayed black, so now it's on to the colouring, which is going to be that one. I just thought I'd keep it simple because the spikes look impressive as they are. So a little bit of mud brown, I think it is. Don't be shy, your mother wasn't. I'm just trying to hit everything with this brown colour. Once that had dried, I go in with a little lighter shade of brown, almost to yellow standards, just to hit some highlights and just to make it sort of that two-tone effect. A little steampunk silver to get the highlights of the weapons and to caress the top of the spikes with as well. The finishing line is fast approaching, so I'm just doing little highlights and touches with a red. And then I go in with some weathering powders just to, I don't know, dirty it up a little bit more. So that's how I made my own Gaslands Mad Max Spike car. Don't forget, leave a like, subscribe and comment, all those YouTubery things. Glamour shots are next. Crank up that volume. Until next time, keep scratching that build.